I don't. I'm more like you. Okay, I need to get out and run and do some exercise, but I don't have any weird morning habits or rituals. But I like to ask, as we kind of wrap this thing up, I know we've talked about your franchise and your success there. Can you give us that 30-second commercial for Blo? Because we haven't really talked about specifically the company and what they offer, and I'd love for our listeners to hear kind of that corporate elevator pitch.
Oh, yeah. Well, one thing I like to bring out all the time is that Blo Blow Dry bar is the original blow dry bar. Mm-hmm. Everything after us is a copy. So we're the real deal. And that is also what attracted me to the brand. I wanted to be with the real deal. I wanted to be with the originators. And the other thing is, I think that any of the franchise partners that decide to come on board have a feeling and a sense that they're joining a family. And that they're not only going to get the support from a corporate level, but we get support from each other. Many of us are friends, and we speak all the time. And we talk about the trials and tribulations and in other states. I mean, one of the ones I speak to all the time is in Manhattan. The other one I speak to is in Florida. So there's a family and a sense of caring. And 2 years ago, they just started the annual conferences, which is amazing. We all get to meet and be together. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just what the brand does for the empowerment of women, how somebody feels after she gets her hair done and she's ready for that job interview because she feels good. And you know what? When they say you look good, you feel good. It's all true.
I couldn't agree with you more on that. And, it's slightly awkward to be discussing blow drying hair with the woman as a man that I put wax in my hair, so that the blow dryer is not going to do anything for me. I do still have my hair, so I'm happy about that. But my wife got her hair done earlier this week, her bi-monthly or how often she goes, and I just you see the smile on her when she comes home, and she looks absolutely gorgeous, and she's proud of her hair and how she feels. And I can imagine with what you guys are doing, because it's obviously more palatable to do it on a regular basis as opposed to that $150 haircut dye or what once in a while.
And then from the charity aspect, I mean, we do a lot of charity work where we'll do braid and pony bars for women's shelters. I'm very big on in my locations, when a woman comes in, she sits down, you can see maybe her hair is thinning or just coming back. She shares always with the stylist, wow, I just went through chemo. I just got my hair. It's just coming back now. My stylists know that for me, in my 6 locations, if they hear that, then that blow dry is on us. Blow hearts, strong women who overcome everything. Mm-hmm. And my locations, my team knows that's very important to us. So we just made her feel better while she was picking up the pieces.
I love it. And I love that your business is something that's putting smiles on people's faces, building confidence, and probably setting people's day or evening off in the right direction because they feel good about themselves. Any last messages for our listeners as a female entrepreneur and executive that might resonate with them?
I can only say, Jim, that, there were many times that I had, turning points, and it was times that it was scary. And I look at it and I say, well, you know what? If I don't do it now, I'll never do it. If I don't try it, I'll never know. If I don't do it right, I'll pick myself up and I'll start again. I think that's the message. I think you have to follow your heart. I know people say it all day long, but you really do. And when it's a little scary, that's what kind of can push you and say, you know what? I'm going to try. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do it anyway. Let me see what happens. And I've always lived my life like that. One of my mentors did say to me, a successful business person is the one that can see ahead and knows when to turn a corner. And when you know when to turn the corner, you're successful. And that stuck with me forever because I look ahead and say, is it ready? Is it time to turn the corner? And even if it feels scary, I turn it anyway.
I love that. And I appreciate you left that great piece of advice for the end of the show. So hopefully people listen all the way through to hear that.
I hope so.
To hear that. I am so encouraged by females in the workplace and the success that they have. And, one of my greatest pleasures is being able to interview successful people, but I'm even more encouraged after I interview somebody like yourself and hear about your career and what you've done. And I love being able to share that story. So thank you for taking the time today to do that. It means a lot to me and my listeners.
Well, Jim, thank you for having me. And I hope I get to meet you one day on one of the coasts.
We'll have to stop in and I'll bring my wife in to get a blow dry.
You better bring her in. Absolutely.
There's a few locations out here near my house. I'm excited. I think I'll get her a gift card and let her go experience that for herself and enjoy some time.
Oh my God, she'll love you. That would go a long way, by the way.
Yeah. I'm going to put your links up on the post for the show, but is there a quick place to find you or where you want people to find out more about your business online?
So I think what's best is they can go to blowmedry.com, which will bring you to the brand and bring you to the main website so that they can really understand who we are and what we do. So I would say that. My locations are 2 in Boston, 2 in New York City, 1 in Long Island, and 1 in West Hartford, Connecticut. And I think you have all the Instagram handles. So everybody, if they'll follow us, I would love that.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. So if they can follow not just Blow Corporate, but if they could follow my locations, that would be terrific. We can always use the followers, and we would love to have people interact with us.
Hey, by the way, while we're mentioning things, I should give a nice compliment to your consulting agency, Fish Consulting. I met Nikki and Caitlin. I had one of their other clients on my show a couple months ago, and they were so high on you. They asked if I wouldn't mind reviewing another client of theirs. So I'm thankful for their introduction, and I'm sure that Fish Consulting's doing a great job for you because I know they're working on your behalf. That's how they found me all the way out here on the West Coast. So thank you to those people.
Well, I have to tell you, Jim, they're working for Blow Corporate.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate to meet them, and that's kind of how it happened. But they're really they're amazing. I mean, I'm very impressed with them, I have to tell you. So they've done a great job, and they're already doing a great job for the brand. Really terrific.
I love that. Well, let's leave it with that, and I just want to thank you again for your time and being on the show.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you for listening to today's show. It is my pleasure and honor to interview all of the guests that have been on the Answer is Yes podcast. If you have enjoyed the show, please go on iTunes and subscribe, give a rating, or simply tell a friend about the show. We also believe in the message of our guests and the positive influence of their stories. As my own mentor and coach, David Meltzer, has taught me, spend some time every day thinking and writing about the things in your own life that you have more than enough of. You will find out how blessed we really are. Please visit my website, livelifedriven.com, for the latest updates about me and what I'm doing. Plus, I post a monthly blog about the many topics on this show. This podcast can also be found there. As I learned early on in life, what you believe is what you will achieve. Thanks, Mark Victor Hansen. And thank you, and have a great week.